always on the bike. Okay, so I had a question about gluten. Someone asked if it was healthy, if they should avoid it for weight loss purposes. I generally don't eat a lot of gluten. And the whole 5 years I've been doing a plant-based vegan diet, high carb, low fat, I really haven't eaten gluten a lot. So I much prefer to eat, I like rice. White rice for me is like the best digestion, gives me the best energy. So really, when it comes to gluten, some people can find that it's heavy on their digestion if they eat a lot of it and eat a lot of it all the time. My baby actually has more gluten than I do. She really likes to have wheat pasta, so I make it for her. She doesn't have any issues. It's actually, especially wheat pasta, is pretty high in fiber. So you want to be aware of the fiber content. Also, if you're eating like a lot of bread, just pay attention to the sodium and the fat content. Make sure it's low fat, low sodium. Because that can really add up if you're eating it all the time. And I generally don't recommend to eat bread every day or as like a staple to your meal. Just have it as like a side option. I just personally do really well on rice. Some people do well on wheat. If that's you, then have wheat, but try to have it more in like a pasta form, or make your own bread so you're controlling what's in it, and have the bread with your meals as opposed to making the meal the bread. But of course there's going to be those instances where you're out and all you have is options for, you know, refined grains. Of course rice is a refined grain, noodles are refined grains, but I guess I'm talking more about like a grain that's had, you know, oil and other things added to it. But there's nothing wrong with eating like vegan Subway, vegan pizzas. Just, I don't advise having that all the time. You know, make your meals from home. So that's what more I'm trying to say. Like, none of those foods are bad. You just want to be controlling what's in your food in terms of the ingredients. So, in general, I find that gluten can be a little heavy on digestion. For some people, that's why most people avoid it. It is higher in protein too, so if you are trying to lose weight, you want to be aware of your protein intake, and that's why I suggest rice, because rice contains no fat, or very, very, very minimal amounts, and it's lower in protein as well. So it's going to be easier on digestion. There's nothing wrong with gluten. There's nothing wrong with wheat. I personally just don't eat it all the time. I'll have it, you know, mainly in the form of like pretzels, but I like to use gluten-free flour because, again, I said I personally do well on rice. So I hope that answered the question. Wheat's not bad for you. It can be very healthy. It all depends on what form it's in. If you're making it, you know, from home, you're having it as pasta, whatever, it's fine. Just be aware when you're eating out what is in your food. If you're weight conscious. Just, you want to avoid oil and stick to low sodium. Okay, thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any other questions. Goodbye!